Welcome to FBS, where the content is always freshly brewed. And now, let's welcome our host, Isaac Johnson.
So I saw that Google has their new Gemini CLI. You can see it's on the GitHub page. And the install steps seem pretty simple. It's an npx with Node.js 20. So let's give that a try. I'm going to get a WSL prompt up and going. Now let's do the PYBS poster. I want to update that. Git branch show current main. There's a lot of changes I did there yesterday. So then let's go ahead and do NVM list. I have 10. That's a pretty old one. So I think they said 22, right? 20. So we'll do iron. So NVM install LTS iron. Now the PYBS poster is Python, so me doing node stuff in here isn't gonna have any issues. So do NVM use LTS iron. Awesome. So now it should be as simple as npm install. Let's do this. I don't really use npx. We see it came back and installed. All right. Looks like it's just type in Gemini. Let's see what we get. Oh, some different fun fonts. I'm a Minnesota boy, so we'll go with purple. Let's try what we get for free. This just popped open a browser tab for Google. So I'll sign in. It wants the Google Cloud Project Environment var set. Let me quit Control C. All right. We'll do export Google Cloud Project. And this project 2. Well, now it works. All right. So clearly you have to pick a project, and if you want to see where that is, so when you go to Google Cloud, and even I'm guessing in the free tier, you still create a project. Up when you do the console, your project name is usually right about here, and you can also see it right here. I'm wondering if we should update our README. When I'm looking at the project, right, I do a lot of Docker builds and runs. And did I ever update the README to kind of talk about that? I have a Docker run. Well, it doesn't really say how to do Docker build. Let's ask it to do some updates of our README, because that's a good use. Let's see how that handles it. Please update the readme.md to improve the how to build and run section. I often use Docker build -t my test, and then Docker run -p. I'll just say the default port 8000. Environment variable is the display version. You could show the current git SHA for that. Let's see how that handles it. So it looks like I have kind of a down counter showing how much usage I have left. The other thing I like to sometimes do with the AIs to help me out is I will ask it to create a systemd that diagrams the architecture. All right, this is very much like Claude. Yeah, we'll say yes always. Well, let's take a look. And if we look at a preview of the file, we can see this new section. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let's ask for a little more. Let's say, and this is gonna be a bigger ask. Review the architecture of this app, which is based mostly in app.py. There is a Swagger page. Ooh, let's give it the Swagger page. So it's eSky poster. Right here. All right. There's a Swagger page of the current and API documentation at pasting. Command V worked. Just to put that out there, because I'm in WSL, I wasn't sure if it was Control Shift Insert or Command V, but Command V worked. Control V worked. All right, that's a bigger ask, I think. You know, review the architecture of the app, which is mostly in app.py. There's a Swagger page, and I told it a web page to go to. And then I asked to create a systemd, and I asked to create the diagram. So there it is. Now, I don't think the preview works for that in VS Code. However, what we can now do is open up Mermaid Live. Mermaid. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy paste it so I can see what it'll render as once I push this out to GitHub. GitHub will render Mermaid. So if we put this in here, let's take a look at that diagram. Is that right? So we have the user client, we can get an endpoint. We can post to the endpoint. There's the preview for previewing it. And there's a post to Mastodon. Well, Mastodon wouldn't go, oh, these are both the services. All right, so this is components. Okay, so let's just do the Mermaid sequence diagram. User post. Login off system post plus that, yeah, that looks right. Okay. Let's look at Mastodon. User, yeah. There's not the double login because we have an API key. All right, I am liking this. Get status. Should we just go to main? Always live live. We'll do get add system md, get add readme, md get commit documentation updates. Let's go ahead and take a look at this page. It will kick off a build, but that's okay. I don't think I'm logged into GitHub here because it's a public repo. So now when I look at readme, you can see, that's kind of funny. You can see the Docker build and run. How to build, yeah. Build and run right there, fantastic. And then our systemd, look at that. Nice diagram. So hey, that was pretty good. And how much context did we use? I'll bring that one back down. 90% left. That was not bad, and that was really fast. So hopefully you enjoyed a little look of what that was, but honestly, I'm liking on this. Control C, Control C. Oh, here we go. All right, so agent power down, API time. That's kind of giving me the total token usage I used against it. Now the question will be, I authenticated against a project, so did it bill me? And that'll be a thing I'll have to figure out a bit later. The only thing I could think is it won't charge me because, look, I used about 57,000 input tokens and 2,000 output tokens and 8 requests. And then it's basically the input is free of charge. But if I'm in the paid tier, it's $1.25, provided it's all less than 2,000. So I guess I have to check tomorrow because my pricing page has nothing for today. So
We hope you enjoyed this presentation from Fresh Brewed Science. Please like and subscribe, and check the blog for more freshly brewed content.